How do you describe to an art director, look, it's a middle class home, which is genteel, but is broke. How do you explain furniture or a texture of a home? It is civilized, it is genteel, and it's broke. पैसे नहीं है. So you decide how do you decide a house? How do you decide a chair or a cupboard? How do you see it? And then simultaneously your lighting. It was tonal in the home where we had a tonality which said almost high contrast. Not quite, but high contrast. Now, how do you light up? So I don't have to go to a lab to make it high contrast. We don't have the money to do that. We do it because now you can do it with the computer. But here you want to do it when you're shooting. So how do you get this high contrast feel in the house? So the way and the use of colors, and then Gautam Sen comes into play. The kind of colors that he puts in. The last shot when the mother is praying and the camera moves, and you see that wall and the texture, and then the camera tracks and then it moves around, and I said, it's like my home.
Yeah, okay.
It's exactly like my home, where you had a lot of civility, very little cash, but it's a very dignified house, but slightly broke. So the thing is, you have this feeling of texture, but and it's also got history. There's a past link to it, and a cheap little bloody marble statue of the Taj, cheap little chipka, I know, but it's there. And why do I do that? Why do I do that? It's gross. You get it off the streets. I put it there because that man said it. There. Okay, Kaifi Saab and I go back a long way. We go back a long way. We got good old drinking partners. He used to drink his rum, I used to drink my whiskey. And we take on the world, because when two drinks down, then you're qualified to discuss Voltaire. Voltaire, you can take on the world. But and I was looking for the face of the grandfather. And all I know is that I needed a face that symbolized history, तारीख जो कहते हैं. And suddenly, a friend of mine said, Saeed, Mickey Patel, a wonderful painter. And he said, Saeed, here's your face. This is the face, Kaifi Saab. I said, but he's never acted before. He said, so what? The face is enough. Let the rest be. And so I thought it over. I said, yeah, that's the way it is. So I asked him, I said, Kaifi Saab, मैं एक फिल्म बना रहा हूँ, I'd like you to, आप उस पर काम करेंगे? क्या कहा तुमने? मैं कहा, मैं फिल्म बना रहा हूँ, मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि आप उस पर काम करें. अच्छा, रुको. He yelled out, Shaukat! That's his wife. She comes. क्या है? दोबारा पूछो सईद साहब. अच्छा, इसको भी सईद अख्तर मिर्जा साहब. The whole bloody works, सईद अख्तर मिर्जा साहब, दोबारा सुनाइए, सवाल पूछिए. So I asked him the question. He looks at Shaukat. He says, देखा? मैं अब तक जिंदा हूँ. हाँ, मैं काम करूँगा. Because Kaifi Saab was unwell, he'd do his work and then say, Abhi, we don't need you. So we put him in the other room on a bed. He said, Aram kijiye, we'll take the other shots. So he'd be in the other room, and we'd be taking the shots over here. But for the cues, his cues, we needed his dialogue. So Meghna is playing the role of Kaifi Saab off camera, using his dialogue to tell the actor, okay, this is the connotation. Kaifi Saab hearing that over there in the other room. He stops. The hell come jata hai. He comes. Stop. He wants to call you. He comes to me. I go to him. He says, "What happened? Are you replacing me? Who's that?" I said, "No, Saab, I just was. You needed to rest, and I needed your cues." But he got so upset that am I a bad actor? Say, are you replacing me? So I said, "No, Saab, that isn't true." And if you notice very closely, there's no sync with this thing. But he's mumbling something. Now, there's a rhythm of speaking. Kaifi Saab has his own rhythm. I wanted to change the rhythm. I can't. That's the way he speaks. I let it be. But what I did, on the editing table, played game with the soundtrack, a little, pushed it a little, and give it a little rhythm. Not major, very minor, but I gave his dialogue delivery some kind of a rhythm. And I hope like I did match with lip sync, might match. It came very close to it, but at times never did. It didn't. Not never, it didn't at times.